Okay, I haven't made a video in a while, but I just wanted to talk about a secret cult that controls the world covertly. Basically, what they're using is AI mass mind control, which is an artificial intelligence that controls a computer that sends out frequencies similar to your brainwaves and uses those frequencies to control you covertly. I know it's kind of scary. You'd probably think that it's impossible. Maybe you have a fairly healthy life and believe that there's no way that's going on. But that's all part of the facade that's been set up. It's being used on you, it's being used on me, it's being used on everyone on earth. Um, and it is a cult. These people are violent people. As you can see, there are 40 plus global conflicts going on in the world today. And those aren't just by accident. They are a continuation of the leader of this cult and his harmful behaviors towards the world. They may, the current conflicts may seem historical or they may seem like they make sense, but none of it has to do with anyone except for the leader of the cult that covertly controls the world. He is unhealthy. He has what I call EVC, environmental violence conditioning, which makes him a very unhealthy person. Um, and that is why we see so much violence in the world. It's not because, and what I've kind of created is a philosophy of health. The healthiest people on earth are always going to be towards peace. Like, how can we create peace? How can we find peace? Peace is not an option, then defense. Outlast, outlive. If the aggressive group is not interested in peace whatsoever, then simply being as defensive as possible to protect oneself, but to be aggressively violent towards others, like what we see in the world today, as somehow heroic or good for the world, doesn't really make a lot of sense. It makes sense when you understand that an AI is controlling everyone's minds to be like that. But other than that, it really doesn't make sense that there's so much violence in the world. Um, well, I guess not everyone is as healthy in the mind as other people. And I'm not diagnosing anyone. This isn't about politics, but if you think about it, who are harmful people in the world and why are they unhealthy in that way? Why are they violent? Why are they aggressive? Why, and understanding their background. And then the only thing that we can do is understand it from like a medical position and care about it. Like when something harmful happens, not react with an aggressive behavior and simply be indifferent to the violence and simply try to help the person become healthier. And that's what I've been doing recently is trying to help the leader of this cult become a healthier person. Over the past 21 years, I'd say he's improved from like a 30% health status to more of a 50 or a 40% health status. So his overall health, mind health, has improved, and you can see that in the world by how there was once 50 conflicts and now there's 40 conflicts. This difference in 10 conflicts is because the leader of the covert world is becoming a healthier person and is deciding that peace is a better option than violence. Um, and he will not, and I'm not talking negative about this man. Even though there's so much violence and it's so harmful, I would actually consider him to be one of my friends. But he will pass eventually, and hopefully the next covert leader of the world will be a healthier person with much less violence. 40 conflicts down to 10 or to zero conflicts would really make the most sense in the next 30 to 40 years. It's really just it's a time situation now. Basically, we're waiting to see what happens in the future. I don't think he's going to do World War III. I think he may have at one point in his life considered doing it, but it's just like, I mean, what are they going to do? World War 10, World War 20? The whole point is that we need to move past the violence into a collective peace with everyone, whether it takes global government where everyone is then on the same side or something of that nature. I don't have all the answers. I can just tell you about the covert cult that's currently in charge and why that and how that relates to the world and why there's so much violence in it. Those people who think they're doing all that stuff are literally doing it, but it is under the covert control of AI mass mind control, which happens to me and you and everyone else. Um, but I haven't made a video. I wanted to come on. It's the 4th of July. Happy Independence Day. But I just wanted to talk about not reacting in an aggressive manner when violence enters your life, and instead remaining indifferent to the violence and then choosing to care about the person or people and try to heal the symptom or the root cause of the violence, which I'm finding to be violence conditioning. If you grew up like the leader of this cult within a culture that accepts violence as acceptable, it promotes violence, it rewards violence, it's about being violent. I can't exactly, and this is why I consider him a friend. I have to look past all of his violence and understand that he is a person who is conditioned by all of that to be who he is, where he could and may still become a healthier man who treats others with more respect and dignity and doesn't just do World War III, for example. So, I probably could go on for a little bit about it. I haven't really made a video in a long time. But yeah, they're using AMS mind control. They also use directed energy weapons like lasers. I know it sounds science fiction, but it really is. The future is today. There are I have estimated that they've had AI mass mind control and been in charge of the entire Earth since 1910. That is the earliest date I would estimate that this has been happening. So think about an advanced technology that controls your mind and oh yeah, and I saw that today. I saw somebody do this. The what's it called? Involuntary tongue flip, where he was talking and then all of a sudden he just goes like that. I'm just like, this AMS mind control is so obvious, but I didn't say anything about it. I just let it go because I can talk about my own situation where they used to be where this cult used to be extremely highly aggressive towards me, including psychological derangement, physical ailments, sleep deprivation of up to 5 days, 180-degree temperatures within the cranium. They cracked my chest open, and I also have knife slices on my arms from this whole experience, which I would have otherwise not have been a part of, but I wouldn't trade where I'm at now with these people for anything in the world because I'm not trying to get money out of them or fame or any of that kind of stuff. I just want the leader to become healthier. And it does seem like whatever I'm doing is working. They say they want a healthy life and they want happy families, but then at the same time, they're doing 40 plus conflicts in the world. And it's like, well, which is it? You can't have both. You can't be that healthy, happy person and be responsible for 40 global conflicts. So that's a 10-minute video. I could turn it into an hour video, but I'm just trying to think. Recently, the only thing that's happened is I fell down a hill and bashed my head into my house. But that's AI mass mind control. And the comment that the leader gave me to go with it is, "You're just another man." That's what was said to me when I got my head bashed in. But I didn't give it a single thought. And then he apologized and like he said some stuff about how the comment didn't really. And if you think about it, all he was doing was acknowledging me as somebody more than that to him. I'm not saying to the world I'm anybody, because I'm not trying to be anyone to the world. I'm just trying to be somebody that heals an injured elderly man's environmental violence conditioning over time. And like I said, he's gone from a really horrible guy to a pretty bad guy now. That's why we're seeing 50 conflicts down to 40 conflicts, and hopefully it goes down to 30. Although he might bump it up to 60 just because he's still a pretty bad guy. So there's always a potential for relapse when it comes to environmental violence conditioning. He can go back into the same behaviors that he has demonstrated in the past. Like, I just got a big spark in the brain. I get those occasionally, but it doesn't. I mean, I'm not here to be like, oh my gosh, what are you doing, or any of that kind of thing. And it's more because nobody believes my story. First of all, nobody believes my story for one reason: AI mass mind control. If you understand the technology, it's like that's how it works. It controls your mind to believe something other than the truth. But I'm here to give you the truth, whether you want to understand it or believe it or not. A secret cult controls the world, and hopefully they can become healthier and advance into what I'm describing as techno Shangri-La, a futuristic society where there is no more violence and everyone gets to exist in a high level of mind health like myself. How did I get to such a place where I have a high level of mind health? Basically, my family cared about me. I did a lot of exercising, socializing, drank a lot of milk, that kind of thing. None of this violent stuff was ever in my life until I became an adult, at which point I really investigated into the symptoms behind the violence, and it turned out to be a covert cult controlling everyone's minds. So, all you can do as a viewer is not pray, because I don't believe in that kind of thing, anyways. Um, Not pray, but care about the leader. That's what we have to do. I know it sounds crazy. He's a mass murdering psychopath. He's responsible for every death caused by war, and which is millions and millions of deaths, which most people would say that he deserves the death penalty for that. I would argue that his background and environment is what led to his behavior, which he had no control over as a baby. Like, if you're a little baby and your parent comes in and punches you in the face till you start crying and then walks away until you stop and then comes back and does it again, that over your entire life adds up to a specific potential for violence that I don't have. That's all I'm saying. And that difference, I can't blame him for being born into that life and then experiencing an entire life of violence towards others. I can't hold him responsible for that. I can only hope and care that he recovers in the mind, that he becomes healthier in his mind, and then no longer seeks to be violent towards the world. That's what I'm seeking. That's what I'm trying to do. So, Ways I do that is I spend a lot of time talking, and I'm kind of like a role model for the leader as how you can lead without being violent. And that's kind of where I'm at now. It's 15 minutes. I could do 6 hour. I could do a 6 hour video on this stuff. Um, but I think I talked about all where I'm at now. It's really about heal the leader, 50 conflicts down to 40 conflicts. That's a big um, adjustment. Now let's see it go down to 30. If it goes down to 30, we're really in business. So just keep an eye on global conflicts. If it drops to 30, we're really talking about a total recovery here, which would be an exceptional outcome to my 21 years of experiencing these people. Thank you for watching my video. If you have any comments, please comment in the comment section below.